What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Yeah, you can hear my voice. I kind of lost my voice. I don't know what happened at the desert. We're kind of yelling, screaming a little bit, so you gotta bear with me with the voice here. But today's video, I want to talk to you guys about the tuning on the Ram. And before I start this video, I just want to let you guys know that the tunes or the Ram that I'm talking about is I'm talking about in this video a 3500 with the high output with the Iceland transmission. And I'm going to explain to you some of the problems, because a lot of you guys DM me and had some really good questions saying, well, Eddie, you're saying the tuning is no good. What is no good? You know, what's bad about the tunes? What's the difference between Matt's tunes at Optimal Welding and, you know, the tunes that you've been running that you don't like? Well, first of all, actually, let's get in this truck. Let's start it up. Let's go for a drive, and I'm gonna show you and explain to you why I like this tune and why I personally think this is the right tune and the tune that works for this truck. Alright guys, so let's start with the first thing here with this car gets out of my way. So a lot of you guys that have tuned these high outputs are saying, and look at this, so I'm barely accelerating. I'm already at 1 to 2 psi, which the number one complaint that we would have with these tunes is we lost boost. The boost was just completely gone. Just take a moment of silence just to listen to that. Oh, that sounds good. So boost, low end torque was gone, so it would literally shift. I mean, see, I feel that pull, and there would literally, though, with the older tunes, there would be nothing there. Like, I don't know if they tuned it for like a drag racing where it needs to go to like 3,500 RPMs, but the low end torque that we're used to in a Cummins, you know, was completely gone. And also, it was like you had to have taken it to, I don't know, 2,600 RPMs before anything was happening. And I can cruise this thing at 1,100 RPMs and actually still accelerate and have power. Before, there was just nothing there. I mean, with those other companies' tunes, it got to the point where it was so bad that when on the way to the desert, I was a little concerned, not this most recent one, but last weekend, where I was going up the hill and I was bogging. I wanted to see, you know, if I can accelerate and get going again. And it ended up downshifting into third. Now, I knew something was wrong. I don't know what was wrong, but I knew something was wrong. And I explained the problem to Matt at Optimal Welding, and thank God he fixed it. Those are the tunes that I'm running right now, guys, are Optimal Welding's tunes, if you are wondering. And I will put his information down in the description as the email where you guys can get a hold of him. I mean, look guys, my foot's barely on the throttle and I got 1 pound of boost already. I mean, that was the biggest thing, guys, is this thing lost like the turbo. Like, it's like all these companies turned off the turbo and was like, they don't need a turbo, just let them run on, you know, just regular Cummins motor. I mean, these motors need the turbo. What another big problem I was having, guys, is I noticed the fuel mileage was getting worse, and then the fuel rail pressure. So you got fuel rail pressure and you got desired fuel rail pressure on the gauge that I monitor, the fuel rail. I noticed those numbers also when I would accelerate and even just cruising were never matching right on. I noticed these numbers right here are always pretty much, I'm talking these two outside ones, are always pretty much dead on, almost perfect, maybe off by 0.2 or 0.1. And remember guys, I'm not making these videos to bash on other companies. I'm just making these videos so you guys are aware that the companies that are selling these tunes right now, they're just not right. They're not there. They're not proper. You know, they're missing stuff, and you know, I mean, it's been proven, and you don't have to take my word for it. All you gotta do is go purchase their tunes and you'll find out. I mean, it's simple as that. Also remember guys, if you want something, you know, specific in your tuning, let him know. He might be able to do it for you. Like, there's some people saying, Eddie, I like the tunes, but sounds weird, it doesn't rumble anymore. So he can make it idle at rumble, but there's different, you know, options of what he can do, and he'll explain that to you if you want to rumble. Mine kind of rumbles and hisses. And the reason, the setup that I have pretty much is to give me maximum power at that low end torque. So when I was towing, when I just got back from the desert, I was in 6th gear, about 68, 70 miles an hour, not, pushing it, just cruising. And the truck was at 1600 RPMs, barely on the throttle. Boost was at, I think, 18. So he can make it, how you want it. So explain to him what you want. I tow, I don't tow, I want to race it, whatever. The guy is very, very smart, very intelligent, and will get you the perfect tune that you want. So here's something else I just remembered also. So I'm going down the mountain right now. So as you guys know, I live up in the mountains, and I'm coming down the mountain. And when I come back home and come up this, when I had all of the other tunes that I had on the truck would do this in about 4th, 5th. If it wasn't like 5th gear and I would accelerate a little bit, it would downshift into 4th right away. It never could come up this thing in 6th. When I know that when this truck was stock, it did it no problem. And it was mainly 5th and 6th. Now, with these new tunes, I come up this thing in 6th gear at 43 miles an hour at like 1,000, 1,100 RPMs, and I accelerate, and the thing responds immediately. So, pretty much the point I'm trying to make is, number one, if you guys are going to tune the truck, make sure you're getting something out of it, where you can feel the torque, you can feel a little more power. Make sure you're spending a lot of money, so get your money's worth out of it. Don't get a tune, spend the money, and like, well, kind of feels the same, not really impressed. That means there's something wrong. If you guys aren't noticing a difference with your tunes, that means there's something going on and something's not right, and you need to get that fixed. So you're not damaging, number one, anything in the truck. You don't know if it is, but number two, so you're happy with the truck. I mean, same thing with PD Diesel. He got some tunes. He was so unhappy, and like he was saying, it's just crap. And I don't blame the guy. I got those same tunes. I don't know if we got the same tunes, but we got bad tunes, and I mean, the truck can't even pull. And I know his feeling, and it's a horrible, horrible feeling to have a high output Cummins with 1,000 foot-pounds of torque, and the thing feels like you got 500 foot-pounds of torque and can't pull anything. Okay, so here's a perfect example. So I'm pretty much already done, picked up all my food, picked up what I needed. We're coming back up that mountain I was telling you guys about, and look at this thing. So this thing is in 6th gear, 44 miles an hour, barely 1,050, and it's at 4 pounds of boost. Yeah, 3 to 4 pounds of boost. And look, it's just, and then I can accelerate. And when I accelerate, it will continue to climb and go. This thing used to go up this thing like 4th, and then accelerate, and then have to downshift to 3rd, then go from 3rd, 4th, 5th, and then downshift again, back down to 4th. It was shifting like crazy. It couldn't even, move itself out of its own way. And coming up here also, I would be at like 1 pound of boost, literally 1 to 2. And that's with me getting the RPMs up, pretty dang high. The truck was dead, guys. So if you guys are having that feeling, and the reason why I'm making this video is just so you understand, if you think you got bad tunes, then you do. Here you go, guys. This is the fuel rub pressure that I was talking about. You see how they're pretty much almost spot on? Well, before, when I would be accelerating up this hill, it would be like, one would say 10, the other would say 14. These numbers were not matching. It was just doing, I don't know if it was wigging out. I'm not sure what was wrong, but I knew those numbers were supposed to match like they are now. And well, now the truck's running great. I mean, I gotta say, guys, the thing runs amazing. And you will be able to tell. And like I said, if you guys don't want to go, with the tunes that I went with, you can go with, any tune you want. I mean, it's your money, your truck. You don't have to go with Optimal Welding. I'm just saying that you will know the difference between his tunes and somebody else's tunes. But that's all I got for you guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys like this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to click subscribe. Peace. Yeah.